way here. Gonna make a little road trip, about 45 minutes north. Got a guy just posted on Craigslist. Actually, 6 days ago, he posted a 1953 Gibson ES-125. Says it's in mint condition. Says the case is rough, but you know how that is. That's the part we want to get rough. So he did. I couldn't see the pictures on Craigslist. I called him. The guy's probably a little older guy, retired. He couldn't text me pics, but he emailed me pics, and man, this thing is cherry. So anyways, I'm on my way here right now to go check it out, and if it's as nice as the pictures look, I'm definitely picking it up. Catch you here in a minute. Alright guys, made it here to the house. About to go inside and check out this Gibson 1953 ES-125. Alright guys, just picked this thing up. I didn't want a video inside. They're about an 82-year-old couple, and I didn't think they'd be comfortable with that. Anyways, this thing sounds and looks amazing. Look at this. 1953, barely anything on it other than just normal checking. You can see right there a few strumming scratches, and he had this thing plugged into a little cheap crate 15-watt amp, and it sounded superb off that nice little P90 pickup. Original case, not the greatest shape, but man, this thing is a beauty. So I'm gonna hit the road, and we'll check it out in more detail later. Thanks. All right guys, we're back. You can get to hear this thing for the first time with me, but before that, let's check it out a little bit. So this is the guitar up front. Very clean. Obviously some small scratches, but for a 1953, pretty good shape. See the neck on the back there has some wear. Mainly just a little bit in the middle there, and a little bit on the kind of the top few frets. You can kind of really see it on both sides. The one thing about this guitar that's not original are the tuners here. However, I asked the guy about it. So, story on this thing. The old guy Jay I got this from, he got this just 1 year ago from his neighbor. Was an elderly lady whose husband had just passed, and I think they might. He thinks she said he was the original owner on it, and she said for most of its life it just sat in the closet, and you can tell. I was concerned about heat because he said the plastic on the tuners had basically crumbled apart on a few of them, and so that's why he placed them with these other ones. But it's exact same hole pattern and everything. And I asked him, I said, do you have the tuners? He said, sure enough, he had them there in a little baggie with the broken pieces and the screws. So I still have those. Debating on if I can just replace that plastic or another piece on there and put the originals back on. But if not, I can always sell it with the originals for someone who really wants that. But I was concerned because of those, what other effects might be on the guitar. But man, this thing looks in great shape. There is some minor kind of checking here on the very kind of outside edge, but you have to just hold it in the right light. But otherwise, it looks great. I honestly haven't even wiped this thing down yet, so I'm going to clean it up a little. Not sure if I want to sell it or not. So if you're interested, give me a shout. You never know. I mean, everything's for sale and money talks, but honestly, right now I'm kind of digging it. So let you hear this thing unplugged. Give it a little volume. Pick here. playing this through my little Champion 600 reissue amp. Great little Fender amp. I want to hear this on a little bigger speaker with a little more power, so I'll probably play it again on my Fender Blues Deluxe 112 and see how that sounds. But the tone knob is pretty interesting on this. If you crank it down all the way, almost has no volume. There's about 6.5. So 6 is about that sweet spot. All the way up to 10. It's got some chunkiness to it. But it doesn't sound as good to me. That's not what this guitar is for. So about 8, 8.5. So anyways, this is honestly probably one of my favorite picks. I wish I would have recorded the interaction with them, but that's okay. I remember it. It was a pretty cool moment. Got to share little stories back and forth. It was funny. I was there with a friend. He said, what kind of music do y'all play? And my buddy said, blues. And he was like, oh. And we're like, what do you play? He's like, oh, just gospel. It was kind of funny, though, because I felt like in the moment he was looking at, he's 82 years old, but he was looking at blues as, ooh, that's some, that's the devil's music. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, for my generation, blues, that's some pretty mild stuff. But anyways, it was funny. So I think they were just some, him and his wife both played and sang. But I think that's about all they played right there. So anyways, trying to think if there's any more details you might want to know about the situation. I thought he had it posted at a pretty good price, and some situations where I basically offered him 80%, 85% of what he was asking for it, and he agreed to that. And it was one of those situations too. I knew how to drive, so I just asked him up front, hey, this is kind of where I'm at, would you do this? And he said, if you got that cash, you bring it, and we got a deal. And so it was nice. It took the whole kind of negotiation in the moment out of the way, and just kind of came there and just played the guitar, enjoyed the feeling of it, shared some stories, laid out the cash, and walked out the door. So anyways, great little pick from a small town. But I wish, it could talk more. I'm sure it'd have some pretty cool stories. But in the meantime, thanks for checking this out. If you like checking out unique guitars, subscribe. I'm trying to grow things a little more, and like to post new things and things that I feel are unique. So if you like checking out unique guitars, looking at them and hearing them play, subscribe, and I'll continue to put out more. Appreciate it. See ya.